So yeah, if you haven't actually seen this game, you're in for a treat. This has got the original and some new stuff. You played the Stanley Terrible before. I'm gonna say no. Yeah, I have.
I have not.
Maybe I should have said no. That's fine.
And I gotta dip out and come back in so I can see it. Hang on.
Okay. What time is it? Let's see.
There we go.
10. Okay, so it's 9.
Much better.
No, 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 no! Ah, I got the time wrong. I have to fix that.
Hello, Mr. Anderson. At least it has a window mode.
Yeah. Is there a way to change the time in this? Does anyone know? Because I got the time wrong.
I mean, does it really matter all that much?
It's gonna bug me. I'm actually kind of surprised it doesn't. Let's see. I do like that you can make that big. That's nice. Yes. All right, I'm just gonna say no. I'm not gonna try to change the time.
I mean, like I said, I don't even know why they bother asking it of you. I mean, does it really change a lot?
I have no idea. It's never been something. Time doesn't matter. Okay, hold on. Somebody sent the right thing. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Jay. Grab that and put that on the screen.
Oh god, it's like an infinite fucking mirror.
I don't know what you're seeing. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I see what you're looking at.
The screen. It just keeps
Yeah.
getting, it's like a mirror at a barber shop.
So, you're not looking at the chat, right?
Negative.
Good. So I'm gonna say if you have played the original, don't spoil it for those that haven't, because as you guys know, Mike's not played it yet.
Oh, I don't really give a shit if they spoil it or not. I'm just gonna laugh at it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So before we do that, somebody's pointing it out. Boy, I had to remove something from the screen.
Ah.
Okay, so that's part of the game. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So, you're gonna get really quickly why I think you'll get a laugh out of this game. Maybe I should change. No, well, let's actually change that. Camera sensitivity. Okay, that's better.
Yes.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Somebody might want to fix that light.
Yeah, no.
That must
Every office has like 6 of those out.
There's a lot out in this one. So this game was the original version of this game was made, if you can't tell, in the same engine that was used for Half-Life and Portal.
Hmm.
And you'll see a lot of stuff that looks like those games. I think you played Half-Life, right? And Portal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played both of those.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I never played Half-Life 1, though. I played Half-Life 2.
I actually only played a little bit of Half-Life 2, and I wasn't a huge fan.
Yet there was
It was a
not
fun
a
game.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's
If you're
office,
not getting
hoping he
fired.
might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. That one's actually true.
Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all that text. This will ensure a calm and pleasant environment. Everyone is unique, you most of all. Ouch.
I mean, is it wrong, though?
No, it's not. Number of slides on this slide. Slide, charts, charts and slides.
Backseat gaming by narrator.
I want to know what that meeting was about.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Fine. Right now, we're going to do what the narrator tells us.
Why did you even bother putting that there?
Coming to a
If you
staircase,
didn't want us to go in
Stanley
it.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Where is boss office?
I shouldn't see open door there.
Damn, boss have nice office.
Well, that's the lobby.
I mean, it's a nice lobby.
Mm-hmm.
This is a bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, is it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. What?
Interesting.
Extreme
be
bathrooms, time, and it's a clock. Somebody is very proud of that joke.
I mean, it is Time magazine. Of course, they had to cover up the T so that they wouldn't get sued.
Yeah. Is Time magazine still around?
Oh, yeah. Nobody pays attention to it other than when they name their stuff at the end of the year. But
Oh, yeah, so everyone can mock it.
Basic. That's the one
Stepping
thing
into
on
his
the
manager's
wall, I
office,
remember.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
2845.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I want the bookcases.
Couldn't have possibly.
What the fuck?
Your reticle's over a 1.
I know. I gotta fix that. It's kind of slippery. There we go.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, I do remember this game now. Doesn't this turn into like a fucking Truman Show type thing?
Yes. Where you piss off the narrator.
Because the narrator's a dick.
First, we're going to do it properly, then we're going to start pissing the narrator off.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What sparked?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Damn it.
Screw it. Mind control.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did
Where's
he
this
have
Colonel
the strength
Sanders from
to
the
find
Matrix?
out?
It wasn't just me, right? He was dressed as Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Damn, you
Stanley's
had that many
co-workers.
fucking cameras on
The
this
lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wouldn't you get really dizzy having to keep continuously turning around to look at all the monitors? Doesn't seem very efficient. That's all I'm saying. Oh, hey, there's a box
This
here.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I mean, all they were doing is... I mean, technically all this is showing is that they were watching you. I don't know.
But you really need 600 cameras to
He
watch
refused to believe
They
it.
really
he
like their
couldn't
technology.
accept it.
Yeah,
His
I was gonna
own
say,
life
it's more
in
the- it's
someone
more the
else's
dedication
control?
rather than-
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Can I have the
For
one that
he
clicks happy
would
and just turn that
dismantle
one
the
on?
controls once and for all.
Red button. Let me press red button. You can't put a red button in front of a gamer and not let them press it. It's a crime against nature.
It's taunting you now.
I know, I want to press red buttons.
That's the thing that you should be asking yourself at this point. Is like, if everybody was just controlling my life, why the hell didn't they just give me as much hookers and blow as I wanted?
Give me lots of figures, a big house, and let me make my stupid videos, and I don't give a single fuck if you're controlling my life. I mean, I'm a streamer. I've got how many people watching me? I don't give a single fuck if you're controlling my life. Did I do it right? I want to push the red button.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I would just, take control of everything, but I'm a terrible person. And now you can't see shit. Enjoy being in this room.
God damn it.
Does anyone have a flashlight? Or a match? I'm stuck.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Oh, I'm supposed to wait, okay.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Go faster, door. Go faster.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Was he, though?
You're not going to question why there's a voice in your head that's talking to you constantly?
Give it time. Get your first achievement. Thank you, game. So much for being happy. So now we get to screw around.
Okay.
And we get to piss off the narrator.
All of his
that was an actual ending.
gone.
That was the
What could it
first ending,
mean?
yeah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, so we start screwing with their computers because we think it's funny.
Just like a real office.
Somebody's playing solitaire in there. I want to go play solitaire.
It's one of the executives. But no, if I play solitaire without filling out my TPS reports, I get bitched at.
Hmm? That's new. Purple.
Purple? The tentacle?
No, that thing just put it said access required. When I did
Stanley
it made it
came
purple.
to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see. A very blue lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I would like a coffee. Wow, not even giving me a coffee. And I don't even drink coffee.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The hell I
Stanley
did.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, Lord.
What kind of company is this exactly? Can I follow my doom? I
But
can!
in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do,
Ow.
Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job,
So you
Stanley.
can kill
Everyone
yourself.
thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't think
funny.
they'd let you do that.
That's funny.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe there's multiple ways you can kill yourself so you can get different dialogue from him.
I am curious now.
Just like a Groundhog Day simulator.
Yeah, that's basically what this is. I think you keep doing it till you make the voice finally snap.
When Stanley came to a set of
Oh,
two
so
open
his,
doors, this
like,
was not the
everything
correct way to
carries
the
over,
meeting
like
room,
it's not
and
like, oh,
Stanley
you
knew
start
it
again
perfectly
and you
well.
start off from
Perhaps
point A.
he wanted to
It's like
stop
as
by the
you keep killing
employee
yourself
lounge
or doing
first,
random
just
things
to
end the
admire
story.
it.
Yeah,
You
it
should-
knows exactly that
Wow.
you've continued to do it.
Yes, this room What a beautiful room. What a
See,
gorgeous,
it's a different
gorgeous
dialogue.
room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now too horrible even to consider.
Smarmy voice.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
You ain't my boss.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Forklift.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who is her again?
Very good question. I don't know.
Fuck.
That's her, Stanley.
Okay.
You need to be the one to do this.
This is gonna end
To
in
reach out to
waterboarding.
her.
No.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Oh, you're not giving me a choice.
Nope.
It won't let me do it either. Oh no, there we go.
There you
God?
go.
What the fuck?
Oh, Stanley, is that
Holy
you?
Jeebus.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All
What the
right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh,
You
come
sick
on.
weirdo.
Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm
Ow.
trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Fuck you.
Sorry, but you're
Oh.
in my story now.
Oh, now you're being a dick.
Yeah? No. How'd you make your voice female?
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No.
Look, I'm gonna be honest, buddy. The only reason why this is happening is because you wouldn't give me the commands on my fucking computer.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
I don't
Now
wanna.
he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
No.
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him.
I'm
except that
teabagging.
he's chosen this life.
Yes, that you have definitely chosen this life.
If nothing else, it's not letting me
But in
do
his
more.
mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And
I
each
go under my
day that
desk.
he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I want to go sleep under my desk.
The
There's
narrator's
TV. Let me
God.
watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his
Asshole.
own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
I get to go spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Yeah.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer.
Deep.
How could
Yeah.
there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is
Press F
pushing
to
the
pay
same
respects.
buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Are we playing Christian?
Please, God, don't let this end with somebody. No.
I mean, we're stuck in a fantasy world.
Please don't let this end in incest.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
So, by the way, Christian just got put back at the jail. He's no longer in a mental hospital. So they found him competent.
Do they put him in Gen Pop so he can get the shit beat out of him every day?
That they haven't said, but they do have his new record as saying he's male. I'm not pressing the button. Fuck you. Fine.
I suppose I can't, not in the way
I
I
got
want
bored
him
easily.
to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
I can
And I
hear you,
tried again,
dumbass.
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
Please
And
die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
How?
I didn't push a button. Did we just hang ourselves? I know they say suicide is painless, but damn. That wouldn't seem quick.
Apparently.
Yeah, I get bored quickly. I'm ADHD. What do you want?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Motherfucker,
Huh?
you know full well.
Ooh,
Oh, new content?
DLC.
What does that mean, new content?
Hey, look, there's a phone. What's this? I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. We're gonna die. Why is this stream cursed? Is the joystick a button? That is actually a good question.
Hello, and thank you
you
for
can press
playing
it in,
the
'cause
Stanley
sometimes you can
Parable
with the PSP
Ultra
controller.
Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Is this the new content, you
Please
lazy
step
SOBs?
inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
By the way, they did get the original narrator back for this, for the new stuff.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
This is gonna be a giant shitpost, isn't it?
Probably.
It's gonna be a $16 shitpost.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Stanley is just very excited as he... Can you imagine an elevator coming up and this is what you see? The dude doing this?
Say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra
that'd be
Deluxe. Mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
This entire part's gonna be a shitpost on what people were probably expecting.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Fuck that. Wait. Now I'm curious what happens if you actually do it.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Work those
This
blues.
game is really bad for somebody like me because I'm bored. I'm sorry. Oh, you motherfuckers. I want more jumps.
Oh, you just used up all the times you could jump in the game.
Yeah, but it wouldn't let me jump outside the circle.
Is that it?
No,
Surely
you can't
that's
jump
not
in the
all
circle
new
now either.
content. There has to be something else, right?
I wanted to jump.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Hallway.
It's gonna be hallway, then a hallway, then a hallway.
That's it? You're kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality is...
Hold the fuck on. I need to go check that.
Test
Give me 1 second.
Please ignore.
Chat. I'm gonna go look at the achievements.
That's pretty brutal.
Where is the actual achievements? Okay, here we go. View achievements. Test achievement, please ignore.
Oh god.
There's
That's
a
funny.
real achievement that says that.
Oh, that's funny.
You can't jump. No, seriously, we disabled it.
Well, I mean, technically you just did, yeah, because you just jumped in the circle and then you couldn't jump anymore.
Assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
I want to jump,
What do
though.
you say, friend?
Isn't that where you insult me and do horrible things to me?
There's an achievement for not playing for several... Yeah, I think I have the achievement in the original game for that, too. Like, you
That's a
don't
different
play it for
hallway.
5 years. You're right.
There's a picture of the old hallway.
I'm more mad I can't jump anymore.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent!
Should we go in the
I
vent
want
or
to
keep
show
going?
you something.
Is that the narrator, or is there somebody else in the event?
Narrator, I think?
I don't know if I want to be in an event with the narrator. I feel like that's going to lead to horrible things.
We might as well do it at least once.
Fuck it. Grab the wrench. Weapon.
It won't let me. Stanley's retarded. It also looks like it's a little... No? Okay. I thought it might have been rusted, but I don't think you can rust that kind of a wrench.
Yeah, it depends if it's stainless.
Coffee nut. Ugh.
Don't put
Whee!
coffee in an air vent. That's disgusting.
Why does the entire place smell like coffee?
No, that would be wonderful.
That's a $16 joke right there. Donations are welcome, chat.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Okay. You made a temple?
Are we going into Doom? Or
Cue the Doom music.
D&D? I can go get the Doom music. Let's find out.
I call it the
What?
Memory Zone. It's where I've
Oh,
been storing
fuck you,
all
it's
my
member berries.
favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Why is
Experiences
it a ranch?
like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This was not worth the money I think I paid for this.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember
there
back
an
in
indie
October
box?
of 2013 when the game originally
No.
launched?
I don't
Back
know.
then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they might have wanted to make this one a little cheaper.
Yeah, I'm more curious about what is gonna come of this, because I feel like this is all a kind of a big hook type thing.
The Last of Us. Did you really have to throw that joke in there?
It's a bit amusing, I'll give them that.
Actually, good on them. I want to know if that's real. That's what I'm curious about. Indoors
Time,
Monthly,
Indoors
Grass,
Monthly, Shapes,
National
Grass.
Geographic. I'm surprised they were allowed to use that.
Wow. Yeah, no, they didn't even try there. That's right out there.
Hmm.
Cargo Operations Manual?
Makes cars go. Was there a glitch up there? $1. Wait, wasn't the original Stanley Parable free? I can't remember.
I don't remember. No, I don't think it was free.
Smile because it happened. Oh my god, I don't think this was worth the 16 bucks I paid. Demonstration? Stanley Parable demonstration.
That's probably the original game. They just have it on a computer.
Unachievable. It's possible to get this. Okay. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. I think I have that one for the original because I haven't actually played it in quite a long time. They're really mad they didn't get that award, aren't they?
What's up there on the wall on the right? That is left. Los Angeles Times. That man is dead.
Yep. Now we know what happened to the developer.
No, Stanley.
And over
Don't do
here
it.
is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up
They
less
have to
than
be
any
tooting their
form of
own
art,
horn right now to
Stanley
fuck
Parable
Oh, God,
strives
yeah.
and then succeeds to be every game ever
Hopefully
created."
Henry Music
Did you
episode.
hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now
What the fuck?
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Yeah, this is just making fun of how every remaster, almost every remaster and remake are, you know, completely different games, unless, you know, you look at Destroy All Humans. Give it to the Germans. They're doing it fucking perfect.
Isn't
For
German
once.
still good?
Yeah, the guys that are doing the Destroy All Humans and the remakes are all German. It's a German group. Which
Yeah.
makes me really surprised that they haven't cut any of the stuff out of it. No, I can absolutely fucking see this kind of thing with fan bases and stuff. I know that's what this is making fun of. Oh, well, let me in.
Memory zone maintenance?
Let me in! You can't leave a door and not let me open it.
Yeah, maybe you gotta find a key.
I'm guessing this whole part is to make fun of, well, people are gonna react when they start playing this.
Probably.
Wait, did Stanley ever actually have a face? I didn't know that. Oh yeah, he did. He was one of the models from Half-Life. But I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I don't
but they
remember a
don't really,
chick.
like, they don't show his face a lot.
Nice.
Scott K.
I think that's. Was that ever an actual thing? I never even heard that they did a
no
box
idea.
set.
Here's another moving passage,
Their source.
this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
God, they're
It
going
just
hard on
needed
this.
to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
So I know what they're doing, and I'm going to be the devil's advocate here and say there are certain remakes and remasters that actually do become a bit better or do certain things better than the original games. And I know that's going to piss a lot of people off, but, you know, to play the devil's advocate here, we have seen games that do that, especially ones that bring back people from the original teams and stuff that do things that they couldn't do in the originals. To say that the original's perfect, I know that what they're going with is making fun of the fact that people are going to go and say, oh, you know, the original is perfect and stuff.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait,
That wasn't open before,
hang
was it?
on.
No.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh,
I
God,
haven't
they're
looked at
just
these in years. I
crates
can't even
of
imagine
Steam
what's been
reviews.
collecting down here.
You know these are going to
Surely
be
these
good.
reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No. Yeah, the Spyro Trilogy remake was really good. The Destroy All Humans remakes have been fantastic because they got a lot of the people from the original teams that actually, really all they did was up the graphics and, well, rebuilt it from scratch, and they fixed a lot of, you know, controller issues that were with the originals. If I'm not going to see one of my reviews here, am I? I don't think I reviewed this game. I'm a good girl.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The
Not
narrator is
definitely.
obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
5 years after
I
that
suppose I
game
could write
launched.
up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Is this making fun of the fact that some developers had their head that far up their ass?
Probably.
Damn, you got a lot of those, didn't you? I mean, the original was fun. I didn't really read that deeply into the game. I don't really kind of do that with a lot of games. I just play the game and laugh at it. I'm not a very deep unicorn.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for
Sometimes
me.
you want to do that to the entity
I
that
always,
can
well, to
literally
be
crush
honest,
you
I
as
had
well.
always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Makes me wonder if the dev did actually make this because he started reading the negative reviews. I'm kind of curious now.
That would be interesting if it was a. I don't think it's a troll DLC. We'll see.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a couple of the reviews probably did bother him, especially because I think the next game he brought out, if I remember, didn't he get... If I remember the next game he brought out, he made because of his friend dying or something, and people went after him saying he was using his friend's death to make money? I can't remember if it was this creator or another one.
I do not know.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Sweet, let's do
Not
that.
if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
You wonder if the guy... There's probably a few things that the voice actor probably ad-libbed. I'd be interested to talk to the developer of this game and actually ask him a couple questions. I can't remember if it was that developer that I'm thinking of, this developer, I should say, or a different game that was similar. So you have to forgive me.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time.
Shit.
Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and then...
Oh, I can keep fucking with him.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
Bye.
Stanley!
No, I want to keep pressing buttons.
Please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
How hard did you get this to go?
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really truly... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Can I press it again?
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my god, this is the most fun I've had so far.
You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and
Bye.
I wanted to see how much time.
Fine, next time I won't press the button. Oh my god, he's dead.
Did we kill the narrator?
I think we did.
The plant's dead. Oh boy. Can we get out of here?
Nope.
We are sealed in. Okay.
I'm pressing the button again. Fuck it.
Well, we have a choice now.
No, make it stop. Make it stop. Make it stop. Button. Button, button, button.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny.
You're
it was
back.
meant to have a point.
It
It was
is.
meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain.
What the fuck is going on?
Hi, Miko.
How do we
Go
get
on.
out?
Go on, sweetie.
How many years have passed?
Well, the plant's still dead. Narrator apparently keeps coming back to life.
Well, I don't think the plant was ever gonna fucking come back to life.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
Oh,
the
God,
end,
he's
is
lost
never
his
the
mind.
end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never
I think
the
I broke the
end, is
narrator.
never the end, is never the
Yeah, that
end,
was just-
is never
you
the
just
end,
repeated
is
that
never
over and
the
over
end,
again.
is never the end, is never the end, is never the...
I broke the narrator. No, chat, don't you start doing that.
Okay. Okay, that's different. The roof collapsed at some point.
Okay, Mika Moo Moo, hold on, baby. I'll take you out in just a minute, because you're a puppy.
Plants have grown in.
Hold on 1 second. The plant will live again! No, the plant got crushed. Sorry, guys. Then Stanley learned that day he was immortal.
God damn it. What's happening?
They're going full on with this joke.
Okay.
Oh, it actually looks really nicely done.
Just slowly taking over the building. I think we're probably moving on to centuries at this point.
Nature will heal.
Or not.
Go back. We've gone too far.
Are we in post-apocalypse now?
Are we gonna have a zombie? Is
If it's out.
GLaDOS gonna show up?
That would be amusing.
I mean, it is in... I don't know if this one's in source. What have you brought? I'm a unicorn. I'm immortal. You fuckers are the only ones that are gonna die.
Oh, well, the signpost finally fell over. Looks like the building is capsized. Okay. The Earth is a barren wasteland.
I have no mouth and I must scream?
I'm guessing so.
That makes the narrator a hell of a lot funnier.
Jesus Christ. Wow. There's nothing left.
Dune.
Where are the fucking sandworms?
Hell yeah, I want to ride one of those. I always think of the ones from Beetlejuice. I guess we could try hitting it one last time, but we're also very far away from it now.
That's true. Okay. Apparently we died. Yep, that was an ending.
No achievement for that one. Okay.
Because I think we ended
All of
the
his
thing
co-workers were
prematurely.
gone. What could it mean?
Because we're back at the
Stanley
beginning
decided to
again.
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this time we'll go to the meeting room. No, fuck you. We did that once.
New content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I learned
he
my
entered the
fucking
door on
lesson,
his
thank
left.
you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
They
go
locked
up
the
to
broom
his
closet.
boss's... Oh, no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Should I be a smartass and go let Miko out the back door and just leave it here like this?
It would be funny if he did keep talking.
I will be right back.
Yeah, before you do it, close the door.
You entertain everybody.
Before you do it, close the door and just
out to the backyard because you're a good little princess.
Never mind. Mr. Narrator, are you still there? Are you pissed yet? Give it time. Now I just have to look at the fucking mop bucket. Which, by the way, janitor's closet. I don't know what's behind us, but shouldn't the mop be in that? Or like hanging somewhere usually? Mr. Narrator, I feel so alone now. Not quite as alone as fast forwarding through time for no reason. I wonder if you could stop that at any point after you press that button and just like walk out of the room if there's like an opening in the early sections of it where it only like, oh, only 20 minutes have passed or something like that. Would be interesting. Oh, Lord. It's like the Sixth Sense. We're already dead. Like 40 or 50 times over. Let's do it. You know, while she's out, I'm going to go get a sandwich.
So I covered the guinea pigs up, sang them their good night song, and I left Miko outside to play in the back. Did anything happen? Did Mike just fuck off? Mike? He muted himself. He left! So nothing happened? Smart ass game. Nope, nothing happened. Okay. Well, I got the back door open, so I'll probably go and close it once Miko comes back in.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh, wait. You want me to go close the door? Apparently he had to go walkies too. I'm gonna leave that in, by the way, for the YouTube video, because I think it's funny. Mike! Mike!
I wanted to get a sandwich. What happened?
Nothing.
Did you break the planet again?
Not yet. Give me time.
Or reality, or whatever this is.
Hold on, I gotta go close the back door. Enjoy the parking garage for your back. Good girl, Miko. Let me go close the back door for you, baby.
That's like an 80s car.
Moth on your back. Miko, you have a moth riding on your back. Is it alive?
Ride the
No,
walrus.
it is not. Ooh, there you go, Miko. Okay, so narrator did not yell at us, apparently.
No, he just let us stay in our broom closet for most of the time.
Yeah. Mike, press skip button.
Skip.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. all of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
Did you
How
give me
was
some
he
edibles?
remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the
Nope, that's
strangest
not what that
question
shit
of them
does to
all
you.
entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact
Oh God,
a dream.
shut the fuck up
Did
and
the
let me
voice
get
not
to
see
the
him
next
float
part.
to make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all
Oh
that?
my God.
This voice was a part of himself too. Surely,
literal
if
hell.
he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a
I'm
dream.
enjoying this as a spectator.
So he closed his
You're
eyes
evil.
gently, and he
Yes,
invited
I am.
himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
And I want my $16.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Fuck you, game. Where's my skip button?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Is this? Did he just have an aneurysm and die?
Yes, yes, he did.
This is the story
God.
of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled
Oh,
through
God, he
town
jumped out the
talking and
window.
screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, And in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
You deserve the
But
reviews
then
you
she
got.
remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very
How do I
important
actually
people
find this
whose
kind of
impressions
amusing?
of her would affect her career, and by extension, the
It's
rest of her
long-winded,
life.
but I don't mind it.
She had no time
Yeah,
for
the whole
this.
joke is it's
So it
purposely
was only
long-winded.
a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body,
Poke it with a
and
stick.
then she turned and ran.
Why did you run? Call the cops?
I would assume so, since it seems to be stuck in like the 1980s, considering the computers.
I'm just going to the new content now. I learned my
All of his
lesson, game.
co-workers were gone.
The new
What could it
content.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Even the narrator sounds fucking bored.
New content.
Oh, good. You
That's because they
noticed
use
my
that
sign.
exact same
Yes,
line every
I
time
have something
before he,
very
like, gets all
exciting to
flustered.
show you.
As long as you don't have me have another fucking brain aneurysm. I'm already leading toward that in real life, gang. Thank you. Especially if I keep playing this.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's an elevator again. You couldn't
Yep,
even paint it
elevator
this
sits
time.
right up.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original
Well,
Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
You're
Which
adding
is
porn?
why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh, it's like Overwatch 2, where they don't do anything different.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to
Oh,
a
God,
measly
that makes it look
re-release
like-
with a few
This was
minor
supposed to be
additions?
K
Think of
logo?
all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An
Fucking
entirely
Christ.
new experience, built from the ground up.
I hate
Why,
it.
there are so many
Fucking
possibilities.
hilarious.
It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly
Coffee
been
bug.
asking for.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so damn much because I know what it's making
Investor
fun of.
Showcase. That away.
Time to wake up. That's what you give somebody when you hate them.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much
Haste
catchier
the
than
sequel.
Ultra Deluxe, don't you
God.
think? Ultra Deluxe?
Ghostbusters.
What does it
What
even
would that
mean?
tie in
But the
sodas?
Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation.
I do
and
like that now you can
long-term
actually make out the
franchising
words here.
potential.
That is funny.
It's the small changes that make it perfect.
Mm.
So what happened? The dev wanted to do a second one, and then he just decided, "Fuck you, here's a deluxe." Oh, you know what? We could also make fun of the fact that we did an original version of the comic, and then we did a deluxe edition.
Just the two of us, we can make it.
Oh, fuck you!
Oh, that's amazing. That's
God.
amazing. That's amazing.
Fuck you, game. You were gonna start reading it all too. I like the bird logo.
Oh, instead of apple, it's something.
Crow.
They're back. 2 doors. More coffee mugs.
The color red.
More TSP. Better TSP.
The fuck does TSP mean? Oh, the Stanley Parable.
Color red. Leverage holistic value? What? 1 to 2?
I think they're just making shit up at that point.
Probably.
The
Oh,
different logos.
The different logos. Oh, yeah, all the different logos. And then the last part is just thanks for attending the meeting. This is the meeting slideshow. It's just picking the logo.
What is the number? Is the second one when you get to play with another player?
Now, to
Actually,
be
that'd be
clear,
fun.
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is
That
going
sounds
to
so much-
be,
that sounds too
but
much like
let's take a
Portal.
look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful
Who
of
took the red
interesting
marker?
concepts,
Me.
that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around
dick of
them.
the office.
It'll all work itself out.
Game
Game
plans.
development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
I've talked to devs. It's usually just screaming into the void till something exists.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You keep going, I will be right back.
Okay. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2. Fuck you, it's City. Divinity Original Sin 2, Doom 2. He's not wrong about Doom 2. Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar. I like that movie. Dark Souls 2. I like Aladdin 2. Don't give me shit for that. I have terrible taste in movies. Crab, the ultimate sequel. I want my money back. Value investors. New features. I want my jump ability back. New content. Me on the bus. No, crab people are for number 3. It was a good movie. I mean, you know, most of the Disney sequels are shit, but that one was actually kind of fun. There were a couple that were good. Like, what was it, Lion King 1.5, where I swear to God, they just let the fucking writers shitpost nonstop, and it was great. The movie had no right to be as funny as it was.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Fucking weird, man. Merch, yeah, that's about right. The button that says the name of the player that's playing the game. Does it actually do that? No.
For the Stanley Parable
Fuck you! I want to
2,
go keep looking.
I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Sorry,
That's not my
I
name.
should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
Gay.
Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Gay.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
But I like my name.
I want you
It's
to
Lily.
imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Oh, hey, Durandar.
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please...
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again!
I don't want to do it again. I want to go explore the other rooms. Let me go explore the other rooms. Damn it, I don't want to be Jim. I like being Lily. Lily's a cute name. My name's cute. I don't want to be Jim. I like being Lily.
Alright, what'd I miss?
Apparently your name is now Jim.
Okay.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
I don't want to be Jim, though. I like
Why
being
don't we keep-
Lily.
What happens if we keep pressing the gym button?
Let's go find out. Kitty.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
But I'm Lily.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
It is the new orange.
Deer red tulip.
Oh, that's
Deer
an
red.
interesting carpet, though. Not bad looking. Collectibles. Easy achievements.
Just take one. Get in here. Free achievements.
Get your pull lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps.
Now, here's something
God.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully
You
broken.
fucking
I'm not a
dick.
wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you. And I promise it will happen.
Are you using gamers with a hard R?
Oh lord.
What else?
Nisha.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The jump circle.
Again?
You know what? Let's bring the jump
Still out
circle
of
back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
You dick! Give me more jumps!
You son of a bitch.
Cock tease.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
What?
Get well soon would be nice. Oh,
This shit.
the happy 12th birthday is blue. It's prettier one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Fuck you, game.
I wonder what would have happened if you had chosen the opposite.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Are you using me to build your game?
This feels like a little bit like, you remember like some of those things where you have like with Devolve or what they do sometimes, where they have the like the hub world with all the little like game previews and stuff you can run around in, like the expo thing.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me
A
of.
common complaint
Yeah,
of
it might be
Stanley
what they're
Parable
also joking
was that
about.
it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease.
Oh,
will
it's
fill
making
your
fun of
mind
the
and your
companion
heart.
cube.
It's true. As long as you
it's
hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
It is literally making fun of the companion cube. Jesus, no!
Can you feel it?
I don't want it.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
It's a
And in
fucking
fact,
bucket.
Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends
But
you
you
an
can
air of
put stuff in
charisma
it.
as well? I think that just
Yeah.
holding it
Can I
has
put
made you
stickers
the
on it?
slightest bit more attractive as a person.
There are no stickers here.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on
I
and
have
on,
cute
don't
stickers
they?
on my desk
All
that
this
have
and
guinea
more
pigs with glasses.
await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
That doesn't shock me.
And there's even a little Dachshund sticker. I guess this is coming with us. I can't get rid of the bucket.
Does anyone give out
It's
awards
mine
for
now.
most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I feel like that's an award Digital Devolver would do as a shitpost. Did they publish this version of the game?
That would be funny if they did. Oh, they have a list of the different things that are in there on that screen.
Collectibles. Okay, so I think the collectibles is the one we gotta go to next, right?
Yeah, that's in here. Oh,
Ah,
okay.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly
Resident
innovative
Evil 2.
is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
1 of 6. You will
That
never
must be
find
the dev in the
top.
background.
Collect them all.
God, it really is the worst when you collect
Infinite
everything in a
Hall.
video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
But I like when I get an award. Although my ADD ass never collects everything in a
Stanley,
video game.
here's an idea that I'm truly
Oh,
fond
I
of.
have
It's
to.
never
If
been
I
done
don't,
before in a
if
video
I
game.
do, it
This is
bugs
in
the shit out
fact
of me if
a
I don't.
hole that you can fall down for.
That's why we make a
That's
good team.
right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
Well, that
since
means we're
you've gotten
fucked.
to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can
That ain't
continue
gonna work, is
onward.
it?
I'm actually going to see if there's a bottom.
I don't think
Now,
there
I
is.
don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
What happens if I
Maybe do
don't?
it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
If you're saying it like that, that means there's a bottom.
Okay, Stanley. I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it
Oh,
a very,
God.
very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You
How were you
found me out,
alive?
Stanley. I'm a liar
Video
and
game
cheat,
magic.
and you're so
Cigarettes?
clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling.
I am.
What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Hi there, Bigsby.
Look, things got a
Shut
little
up.
heated
Stop
there.
it.
I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Can I go
If
up
that
now?
works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay.
Great. Now,
Alright, so here's my
I'm
question.
very excited to show
What
you
happens if you
even
go
more
back
of-
in the
oh,
hole?
for heaven... I was right. The problem is you.
The problem
The
is
problem
you.
is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
You got there a lot
Did
faster
the
that
hole
time.
seem even shorter to
Yeah,
you
it
this
did.
time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole,
You know I'm gonna do
you
it a
can
third
hit the
time, right?
teleport button
Yeah, I
and
know, I
come
was gonna
join
tell
me
you
up
to.
above. Had enough?
Wanna see if it gets
I'm
shorter.
positively thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
That
Huh?
was even shorter.
Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay,
See,
now
now
the narrator's curious.
Shame of my life.
Okay,
How
now
is
you just
this
have
still
you
appealing
literally
to
have
you?
just
I know you're obsessed with holes, but
You
at
have
this
a
depth,
fire
I
pit
just
or
can't
something.
see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge?
Is it sad
You
that I'm
just
actually
do
enjoying this
whatever
part?
it is you're here to do, and hit the teleport button
It is
when you're
amusing.
ready to move on.
Oh, the teleport button's
Really?
not working.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
Oh, are they gonna fuck with you and leave it like this so that
Still
you can't get
nothing?
up over it?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
You
couldn't
fuck!
bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
You son of a bitch.
We can just use this to get out. Give me a jump foot.
There's gotta be something.
You
gonna
can't jump. There's actually an achievement. 420, you can't jump.
happen. I'm actually
Oh,
curious.
there's no way.
Try just randomly pressing buttons. Oh, it's going down. What?
We're gonna die, aren't we?
I don't know. Maybe it's gonna bring us to another area?
I still have the bucket.
Fuck you. This bucket is all I have. Change your perspective. Okay. I'm not 100% sure what's going on anymore.
The dev's now fucking with us?
I don't think he ever stopped. Change your perspective. Change your perspective.
Oh, it's a musical thing. Yeah, it's a musical thing. Okay, this part's actually fun. I'm sorry, what the fuck was that?
Easter Island? What the fuck?
What is going on?
What acid trip are we watching here? Why is it? Oh god, is he Stretch Armstrong?
I think a clay figure?
This is a weird drawing.
The error from yeah.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
No, there were
Oh, but
puppies!
no, wait. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
There were
But we
puppies!
can't have that, Stanley.
They were
because
puppies.
this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it.
There were puppies!
You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
They were puppies.
So it's just going to keep endlessly torturing you, isn't it?
I want to play with the puppies.
I assume something different is going to happen now rather than the floor just sinking.
Nope.
You just stay there for eternity now.
Was this weed ain't shit 5 minutes later?
Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
I don't want to. How do I leave?
I think this is the DLC. I don't think you leave. They changed it to mostly infinite hole.
Fine, it ended. It's gonna be one of those things where I have to go and get all the collectibles.
That'd be kind of funny, but I don't think so. And you broke the game.
You're actually right. I think I did. Nope, we're back. What the fuck?
It's just a dark space. You can't go in it anymore. I think. What's on that board there? Because there's a list of things. What have we tried so far? We did the jump circle. This map, free achievement did that. The button says the name of the player. There's the player of the game. Merch. Did we go to the merch stand yet?
I did.
Alright. Merchandise. Sanitary reassurance bucket. Obviously, we're holding it. Settings World Champion. Office decorations. Epilogue. Alright, so I think there's a few of these we haven't gone to. I don't think we went to Epilogue.
Blocks. Let's see. This way? There's the merch store. I want my merch. I want my shirt. Fine. Fuck you, Dev. And how wild would it be if the Dev actually showed up in the chat? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings World Championship.
I guess we don't get to go to that. That's new.
That's new. Epilogue.
Hold on, I think there was an area we hadn't gone to yet. Where did I find that? Thought I saw something we hadn't done yet. Let's see. Not this room.
Nope.
I don't want to be called Jim anymore. I think it was near here.
You got the bucket. You looked at merch. What about that door that was back there?
Okay, there's... Okay, I think... Okay. Alright, there it is. There's a little spot right there I don't think we've been to. Exit. Oh, we can finally leave. We're free.
Assuming that it'll let you.
All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready
Yes.
to move on now?
Can I have that bag? Oh, okay. I like that it still sounds like he's just pressing a button.
It won't let you have nice things.
Is
So,
it a
Stanley,
giant hole?
What do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Is it
yes,
a hole
I
I
know
can
it's
jump
not
in?
exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
That would be a nope.
Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Can I go down there?
Well, shit.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
So
And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
It's like FIFA.
Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Bad doggo, bad. Oh, somebody sent me a little thing called a sub-wiener woofer, and it's a little Dachshund Bluetooth thing.
That's funny.
It looks like Miko.
Stanley Parable 2. Begin the game.
Alright, should we do this, or should we save this for next time?
If we do it, I think you should just hit begin the game and start it, and then just hit save. Or is there,
just to fuck with the dev? Or is that what you want to do?
It's up to you.
Let's save this for next time.
Alright.
So that was our first foray into the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition. I like it. It's fun.
I enjoy it. The narrator is not really that grainy. He's kind of interesting, so I like that. The gags are funny when you find them. Like the infinite hole.
I did like the infinite hole. But so I'll probably be back tomorrow with either more AI Summoner or some Phoenix. I'll do a vote. So we'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody, and have a fantastic night. Thanks.
Good night.